Katrina here, welcome to another tutorial. Today we are going to be creating these dangle earrings featuring beaded hoops. Starting off, we are going to be using a 22 gauge plated copper wire. This is in a gunmetal gray. Next we have a set of stainless steel earring wires as well as jump rings. Then we also have a ruler. Next we have a random bottle cap from something, I don't even know, but the diameter of this is about 1 inch. Besides this cap, I have a bottle and a ring mandrel that gave me the 3 graduating sizes that I need to create the hoops. Next, I chose 3 colors of a seed bead that is an 11/0 size, which is similar to a 2mm. The pliers that we will be using are our nylon jaw pliers, a pair of wire cutters, then we have our chain nose pliers, as well as our round nose pliers. To begin creating, we are going to pull out a length of wire and smooth it down with the nylon jaw pliers. Placing it on the ruler, we are going to measure it out at 5 inches. This is going to be our largest hoop. Marking the wire at the 5-inch mark, we will then use our wire cutters to snip it off. Smoothing another length of wire, we are going to place it on the ruler and measure it at 4 inches, 1 inch smaller than the last piece. Marking our wire at 4 inches for the middle hoop, we can then cut it off. Again, straightening the wire and then placing it on the ruler, we are going to measure 3 inches for the innermost and smallest hoop. After cutting this length of wire, we are then going to use our chain nose pliers and our nylon jaw pliers to straighten out and smooth the wire as much as possible. Taking care to smooth out the wire ensures that our final design looks clean and professional. Taking our shortest length of wire, we're going to wrap it around our smallest diameter object and create a circle. When bending your wire, make sure that you press both ends of the wire down so that they are bent into that circular shape as well. To help you picture the size of earrings that we are making, my center hoop is about 3/4 of an inch diameter, which is approximately a size 8 or 9 ring. Taking the next length of wire, we are going to place it onto whatever object you have next. On my bottle cap, I'm going to wrap the wire around, making sure that I press the ends down so that they are rounded over as well. Most jewelry wire has a tendency to spring back after you have wrapped it into a shape. You can see that the ends are not exactly next to each other, so I'm going to press the wire gently together from either side and from top to bottom to help close that gap a little bit so that it's not so much in between the 2 ends of wire. Moving on to our longest length of wire and our biggest object, we are going to wrap the wire around, creating a circle, pressing down the ends to create the largest hoop. You'll notice how the wire springs back, so this is where we go in with our fingers and gently pressing the wire together, keeping the circular shape, but pressing the ends closer together. Having shaped each wire, we are now going to use our round nose pliers to create a loop at one end of the wire. Placing the wire into the pliers near the tip, we are going to bend it over and create a loop. When assembling the earrings, this loop is what we will use to hook onto the jump ring, but for now, it's going to be a safety measure to keep the beads on the wire as we string them on. With the loop created at the opposite end of wire, we won't have to worry about losing any of the beads that we thread onto the wire. At this point, let the creative juices flow. You can use any color of bead, any size of bead, as long as it fits onto the gauge of wire that you are using. And how many beads you add onto the hoop is totally up to you. I filled about 1/3 of the hoop with beads. Once you are satisfied with how many beads you have added onto the hoop, we are then going to go back with our round nose pliers and close off the hoop by creating a matching loop on the other end of wire. I like to measure the loop with my pliers to ensure that the second loop that I create is the same size as the first one. Grasping the wire firmly in our pliers and then bending it over to create the loop, we can then hold the hoop in our fingers to gently press the ends together. Moving on to the next length of wire, we are going to repeat the same thing by creating a loop at one end of the wire. After creating this loop, we are then going to move on to the beads and start threading on as many as we want. For this hoop, I also filled about a third of it with beads. After adding as many beads as you want, we are then going to go back with our round nose pliers and create a loop on the other end of wire to secure the beads onto the hoop. Coming to our largest length of wire, we're going to repeat all of these steps to create a loop on the wire, add beads, and then create a second loop to secure the beads onto the hoop. I love adding beads to wire jewelry designs because you can make each piece unique simply by changing the color, style, or size of bead that you are using. If you would like to make these earrings in the exact same colors that I did, I will have the products linked for you in the description of this video. I would also encourage you to play around with this design and make it unique to you. Change up the style of the beads, change the color of the beads, and see what you can come up with. Once we have added as many beads as we would like, we are then going to take our round nose pliers and close off this hoop by creating an identical loop on the second end of wire. After creating our first 3 hoops, we need to go and create 3 more matching hoops for our second earring. Before assembly, we are going to take each hoop and press it with our fingers to bring those 2 ends of wire as close together as possible. Gently pressing and shaping the wire so that it maintains the circle shape but brings the 2 ends of wire together. Then using the chain nose pliers, we are going to go over both ends of the wire, making sure that each loop is pressed down and aligned with the other one. We want to do this on every hoop. After this, we are going to grab the jump ring, and using our chain nose pliers, we're going to grasp the jump ring in the pliers and open it by twisting it to the side. From smallest to largest, we are going to place one end of each hoop onto the jump ring. Once we have put one end of each hoop onto the jump ring, we are also going to add our earring. Make sure that the front of the earring is facing the front of the hoops. Then carefully turning the jump ring around, I'm then going to add the other end of each hoop in order onto the jump ring. Once we have added all of the loops onto the jump ring, we can then close the jump ring, and now we have finished our first earring. Here you can see that I added the hoops in a different order, but it doesn't matter how you put them onto the jump ring as long as they are all added in graduated sizes so that they can each hang independently of each other. I would say the back of the earring is the direction in which we bent the loops. So we're going to add our ear wire, making sure that the front of the ear wire is toward the front of the earring. After adding the ear wire, we can then finish putting the rest of the loops onto the jump ring. And now we have completed these beaded dangle hoops. I hope you enjoyed creating these dangle earrings with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.